There's just something uh, incredibly cool about seeing an RC monster truck just powering through thick mud, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe a rally car, like perfectly sliding through a corner slick with rain. It feels like you're really using the machine in the real world.
Totally. It's that visceral thrill,
Ah.
engaging with the elements. But as our research really highlights, that excitement, it comes packaged with some, let's say, surprising challenges and risks.
Right. So that's our mission for this deep dive, isn't it? We want to equip you,
Yeah.
listener, with, well, the science behind it all.
Exactly. How to protect your gear, get the performance, and importantly, stay safe when you're running in, rain, wind, not lightning. We'll get to that. We're digging into the nitty-gritty of all-weather RC operation based on the sources we've looked at.
Okay, so first up, we absolutely have to tackle that big one, the whole waterproof label. When you see that on the box, what are you actually getting?
Yeah, that's a huge point of confusion. The research is pretty clear. In proper engineering speak, waterproof means like hermetically sealed. Think submersible, continuous immersion.
Which is almost never the case for an RC car.
Pretty much never. Most are, at best, splash-proof or maybe water-resistant, good for a bit of light rain or a quick puddle splash. Some might handle heavy rain, sure, but submersible. Very, very rare. Getting that difference wrong can be, well, expensive.
And what really jumped out at me was, okay, maybe the electronics has some sealing, some protection, but people forget the mechanical bits, bearings, drive shafts, suspension parts. So it's definitely not waterproof. Run them wet and forget about them. You're looking at rust, corrosion, faster wear, major problems down the line.
Absolutely. And even with those sealed electronics, there are still sneaky ways water gets in. Take the ESC, the electronic seed controller. Even ones marketed as waterproof can get condensation inside. They heat up during use, right? Then you hit a cold puddle, zap, rapid cooling. That temperature change can actually pull moisture inside, creating condensation.
Ah, like a little internal rainstorm.
Exactly. And that can short things out just as effectively as dunking it. It's this kind of dangerous feedback loop.
Wow. Okay, and what about censored brushless motors? The sources seemed pretty emphatic about those.
Extremely vulnerable, seriously. Those tiny Hall effect sensors they use, the ones that tell the motor its exact position for smooth, low-speed control,
Yeah.
water just wrecks them. A little moisture gets in and boom, you get stuttering, cogging, or just, well, a complete motor failure. It's a hidden weak spot people don't always consider.
And that leads to thinking about the batteries, the LiPos specifically.
Yeah.
The danger there seems subtle but serious.
Very subtle, yeah. It might just be a tiny puncture in that foil pouch, maybe from a sharp rock you didn't even notice hitting.
Just a little nick.
Right. But if water seeps into that tiny hole, it reacts directly with the lithium chemistry inside. That can cause the battery to puff up, swell. Or worst case, thermal runaway, basically a fire.
Yikes. Not something you want happening.
Definitely not. And don't even get me started on tires. Those little vent holes they have. Necessary for performance, sure, but they let water straight into the foam inserts.
Ah, so the foams get waterlogged.
Completely waterlogged. Suddenly your wheels are way out of balance, which causes terrible wobble, puts massive stress on the bearings, the drive shafts, the whole drivetrain, really. And eventually, that wet foam just rots and disintegrates. Messy.
Okay, so water's got these sort of hidden chemical and electrical threats. Wind, though, that's different, right? That's just raw physical force we're talking about.
Pure physics, yeah. And here's where it gets really interesting. RC cars, compared to like a full-size car, have way less mass for their surface area.
Right, much lighter for their size.
Yeah, exactly. Which makes them way, way more susceptible to being pushed around by wind. Think about it. A high-speed, low-profile on-road car doing, say, over 80 kph. A strong crosswind can literally lift it, turn it into an uncontrollable kite. It just takes off.
Wow. And monster trucks. They must be even worse with that high body.
Like a sail, absolutely.
And
High center of gravity, big, flat sides. They're super prone to tipping over, especially if you're trying a tricky maneuver or, getting some air off a jump. A gust hits at the wrong moment.
it's over. But it's not just about wrecking the car, is it? There's a safety angle here, too.
Huge safety angle. This is where it gets serious beyond just the equipment. Our sources really hammer this home. Strong winds can turn that RC car, even a relatively light one, into an unguided projectile.
Like, how bad?
Well, think about a 3-kilogram model. In a strong gust, if it loses control and hits something or someone, the impact force could be like getting hit by something weighing, say, 60 kilograms.
Whoa. Okay, that's a serious risk. Potential for real injury to people or damage to property. Public safety is absolutely key.
No question. And speaking of absolute safety rules, lightning.
Ah, yes. The ultimate hazard.
The sources couldn't be clearer on this. There are absolutely zero circumstances where it's safe to run an RC car outdoors during a lightning storm. Period. Full stop.
Just don't do it.
Never. The golden rule everyone knows: when thunder roars, go indoors. And that applies double when you're holding a radio transmitter. You might accidentally make yourself the tallest, most conductive thing around.
Becoming the path for the lightning.
A tragically convenient path. And even if you're lucky and don't get hit directly, a nearby strike generates a massive electromagnetic pulse, an EMP.
Right, I read about that.
That EMP can instantly fry all the delicate microelectronics in your receiver, your ESC, even your transmitter. Just toast. Catastrophic failure is pretty much guaranteed near a strike.
Okay, so message received. Lightning is a definite no-go.
Yeah.
But assuming you have run in wet conditions, not a storm, just rain or puddles, the run itself isn't the end of the story, is it?
Not at all. Running wet means you've basically signed up for immediate and really thorough post-run maintenance. If you skip this, you build up what the sources call maintenance debt.
Maintenance debt.
Yeah.
I like that term. So what's the absolute must-do?
Clean and dry.
Yeah.
Immediately. Don't let it sit. Dirt holds moisture right against the metal parts, and that just massively speeds up rust and wear.
Okay, clean and dry. Now, this is where I think a lot of people, maybe myself included sometimes, make a mistake. You just spray some WD-40 on everything and call it good.
Yeah, the classic WD-40 shower. Yeah, the sources are really emphatic. That's a critical error if that's all you do. There's a specific two-stage process you need to follow. Displace, then lubricate.
Displace, then lubricate. Okay, break that down.
Right. First, you use a water displacer. WD-40 is actually perfect for this stage. The WD literally stands for water displacement. Its job is to get under the water and push it off the surfaces.
Okay, so step one, drive out the moisture.
Exactly. Get everything as dry as possible using the displacer and maybe compressed air or a cloth. Then, and this is the crucial part people miss, after the displacer has evaporated or been wiped off, you apply proper lubricants.
Like bearing oil, grease.
Precisely. Bearing oil for bearings, grease for gears, and sliding parts. You need to replenish the lubrication that the cleaning and the water might have washed away. Just using WD-40 leaves the parts clean, yes, but essentially unlubricated and vulnerable to friction and wear once it dries.
That makes so much sense. It's a two-step chemical process, really.
It really is. So, when you boil it all down, running your RC in all kinds of weather, it's kind of a pact, isn't it, between you and your machine?
A pact. How so?
Well, it demands you prepare your vehicle beforehand, maybe extra waterproofing steps. It demands you're really aware of the environment you're running in, watching the wind, the puddles, and crucially, it demands that unwavering commitment to taking care of it after the run.
Yeah, that discipline. So if you embrace that whole approach, the prep, the awareness, the aftercare, you can safely enjoy that, that awesome feeling of conquering the elements.
Exactly. And ensure your models actually survive to run another day, which is the whole point, right?
Absolutely. So the question for you, the listener, is, now that you're armed with all this knowledge, what new, maybe slightly damp adventure are you going to tackle next?